I first, heard about Kronos through Dr. Margaret Lyon at Mills College, who was, the chairman of the department there, and I was a teacher. I was a teacher there, and she was talking about this wonderful young quartet that was in Seattle, wanting to come down and be residents at Mills, and asked me if I'd listen to the audition tape. I was just startled, really, at such beautiful playing of contemporary music and such understanding of the feeling of the music they were dealing with. Well, I'd always loved, the medium of the string quartet, and had written one quartet as a student at UC Berkeley. But I had not been writing music before Kronos came to Mills, and had been doing a lot of improvising and improvised concerts, basically. By sitting down and actually writing the music that I'd been improvising, I started seeing new possibilities in the music itself, especially viewed through the lens of a string quartet. Well, it's been a really big education, sitting in on rehearsals with Kronos to see how they work and how they take the written page and translate it into a really sophisticated musical concept. It's very hard to convey through music paper, even no matter how many diacritical marks you put into the music. It's very hard to convey sometimes certain thoughts and concepts. And Kronos is really wonderful about working with composers to really get at what the composer means. And I think that is what sets them apart. I think that the human element that a lot of times is important for Kronos, important for me, is who are the human beings you're working and collaborating with? How do you interface with them? How do you feel with them? And Kronos has a really strong humanitarian viewpoint, and they've always, of course, been progressively active for causes of peace and active against the causes of war. So we were perfectly in agreement with that. And Sun Rings, of course, started before 9/11, and that really came across to me that we had to do something with Sun Rings to give a feeling of hope and a feeling of the kind of human qualities that bind us together rather than the ones that separate us. They've set the standard and the way that a string quartet can operate by incorporating larger spheres of music into their work. They've worked with cultures from all over the world and gotten those cultures interested in working with them. They've expanded actually clearly outside of the string quartet realm by playing other instruments and having theatrical aspects as in the ghost opera and works like that. I don't think that had ever been considered, a string quartet had ever considered, going in those directions. So it's hard to find a young group today, almost in any new music performance group, who hasn't been inspired by Kronos' example.